Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today we're going to do a little bit of an update on how things have been going for the last year. I had a couple people post on how I hadn't put out a video in a real long while, or what's going on with the fish room, or what happened with Petco. So a couple different points. We'll start it off at the beginning. I last put out a video in October 16th, 2016. I released trying to do the Reef Wise unboxing video. Now, I did do another order in January. I was hoping to be able to put out another video. Granted, October to January is a pretty long distance apart, but it's better than what it was. I just released that Lionfish 2 video. If you want to check that one out, pretty sweet. But 2 weeks ago, a week ago. So it hasn't been that long compared to January. It would have been much better. I was going to do a review for Blue Zoo Aquatics. And I don't know if I've got clips, I'll throw them into this video, but didn't go well. It just didn't go well. I tried for an entire month, the entire month of January into the month of February. I tried to be able to get a good video for an unboxing from Blue Zoo Aquatics, and it just couldn't happen. I felt bad releasing the video. It was absolutely horrendous. I had money issues left and right, and fish not being available when they were ordered, and shipped out at wrong days, and it was cold, and the weather I can't blame. I did have an order. It was placed right before a blizzard, and I had no idea there was a blizzard coming. I don't think anyone knew there was a blizzard on its way, but mail got screwed up and it just didn't work out. So I had dead fish and empty bags, and even after I got my order the second time, I had sick fish, and then when they completed the other half of the order, the fish died within 3 days, and I was just like, you know what? Even if I get my credit back, why am I ever gonna spend it on this site again? The responses and just the customer care just wasn't right. It just wasn't right. So I didn't want to make the video. That's the point of me rambling here. Otherwise, we would have had one in January. I would have hoped to have one 1st of January, but no. Instead, a month and a half went by trying to figure out why I can't just get an order. Oh, so there's my rant. There's my frustration for that. So, right around that time, I left Petco. Oh, bam, look at that. So, I left Petco in December. December 17th was my last day at Petco of 2016. I quit as the aquatic specialist. Things just got a little too out of hand. I'm going to do a separate Petco rant video. I was going to wait to be able to do that video until I had their Petco Polo on, but unfortunately, while it is at the fish house fish room basement, we had a spike in humidity problems, obviously, from the aquarium. So it's covered in mold. We had to throw it out. Otherwise, it would have been funny, but couldn't do it. So gonna do the Petco rant video separate, but things just didn't go well. Left there December 19th. I started at a paper mill. Big step, huge step. I was a helper on one of the machine coaters. Long days, 12-hour swing shift, nights, days, on and off. I worked mostly nights, and that went on for 7 months. I did that until May, so I wasn't in any condition to be able to do videos. I didn't have much free time, especially when you're working 2 months straight of nights, and then you go on 2 weeks of days, and then the next how many weeks are nights. It was pretty continuous. I was just not into it. I just couldn't. Except the catch was, at the end of my 2 weeks, was when I was finally coming back into the state of Wisconsin, because I left for a road trip 2 weeks before my ending of the mill. I traveled the States with my girlfriend. We packed up, we headed out in a Chevy Malibu 2016 and traveled around all over the place. We saw the Rocky Mountains, the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone Park. We drove all over the place. It was pretty cool. Can't complain about anything of the trip. We went all the way through Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, into Arizona, up through Utah, up through Idaho, into Montana, into Wyoming, through South Dakota, through Michigan, back in Wisconsin. It was a beautiful trip. I can't even explain how it was. It was just too intense. So that happened, and now I'm up north. I've been up here for the last 2 months, and this is where I've been. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at, I guess. So let's take a look at the fish room clips here real quick. Alright, so these are the fish from the 40-gallon tall, which was kept over at the end of the fish room. I've got the Synodontis petricola, the Ratticichlid, a little Demonsoni, a rainbow fish, and that's it.
That's all that's in there. So they came from the other side. You can see I've got all the tanks down, all the rocks from that aquarium's down, the 40-gallon reef tank's down, the 110-gallon stock tank still has a catfish in the bottom of it, but that 20 used to have some natives in it, and I mean, it doesn't look anything like it used to. It's not going to be pretty. I haven't been here in a month and a half. I don't mess with stuff a whole lot anymore. It is what it is. This tank's just cloudy, by the way, because I just set it up when I got there yesterday, I want to say. But the 90 gallons got film algae all over the front of it. It stays perfectly clean. My nitrates and phosphates are zero because of the Chaeto that I have collected in the center. But the lionfish, the toadfish, the sea goblin is still in there, so I had to move all the decorations to be able to get the detritus out. But it's just not what it used to be. I really don't have much of a fish room anymore. And we're selling the house. The house is going to be sold, so the tanks have to come out. This is the 150. I did a 50-gallon water change on this. This is for Richard. Tank's really clear, looking good. It's just, there's not much going on other than Richard. I'll post pictures here at the end. But we're selling the house. The tanks have to come out. The fish have to go. I'm up north. I'm going to have to come south. I couldn't move the fish back and forth for just 3 months. It's going to be a bit of a mess.
So that's really about it. I'm going to end up building up the fish room. I mean, things are going to come back. I'm the fish guy. I can't stop keeping fish. So I will be building up the fish room. This channel's been going on since, 2009 that I've been posting videos. And not to say, I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger posting these videos with a lot of different reptiles and whatnot. I made mistakes, and I've grown and learned from that, and I'm pretty gosh darn good about my knowledge right about now as far as fish tanks and marine care, reptile care, animal care. I loved my job at Petco. I did a great job. Personal opinion, I loved everyone I worked with. It was a phenomenal time. Things just had to change. It just gets too rough sometimes. So not to be able to continue on with my depressingness, but yeah, things are just a mess right now, and I am just relaxing in the calm of the north. I have no Wi-Fi, so I have to be able to travel to be able to get any signal to upload these videos, but I do them willingly because I miss doing this. So let's take a look at the fish tank and the reptile I happen to have here, and maybe I'll take out, let's just take out Bear quick. This makes your day any day. Look at that face. Look at that face. You're on YouTube, buddy, for the second time. He's so calm and he's so timid, but he also just woke up from a nap, so he's probably just really tired. I wonder if I can even back up far enough. No. He's just a little baby. I'll put you back so you can go back to bed. My bad. Let's take a look at the lizard.
Alright, so this is Sass's setup. Sass is in a 55-gallon. It's sitting up on its side, so that way I can get the heat lamp through the side there. But he's got the UVB, he's got a regular daylight, he's just got the heat on the side for the halogen. Sass is a Philippine sailfin dragon. I got him in Utah while we were traveling at Pets and Such, which was a phenomenal store. I'll post the name. Pets and Such, highly recommend it. It was a good trip. As soon as I saw him for the price he was at, as big as he is, I couldn't go away with him. Or without him. So he came with us. He lived in the motel, which people yell at me all you want, but he lived with us in the motel. He was in the bathtub. He ate crickets. We made sure he had more than enough water throughout the trip. He didn't go in the hot car. We thought it through. But yeah, this is him. Got him. Can't wait till he gets bigger. He just likes to jump at your face and attack you. It's phenomenal. And then this is the 5-gallon nano saltwater tank I have up here with me. Inside of the tank is a Tiger Watchman goby, a spotted mandarin goby, which go ahead, holler if you want. He's actually eating frozen brine and bloodworms he was eating at the store. Otherwise, I don't make the risk on a mandarin. You get lucky sometimes, you really do. Not all of them jump onto frozen and do as well. Some of them jump on frozen and starve out because there's just not enough nutrients, but the frozen brine is given supplements so that way he's getting his vitamins and whatnot. So, but he's been fine for the last month and a half now. And also I noticed the dwarf fuzzy lion, which I gotta figure out. Oh, he's hiding behind the filter. Oh gosh, see that little guy way back there squished between the filter? That's where he just likes to stay. He's not dead. But he is probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I couldn't be without a lionfish. You gotta have at least one in every setup. So once again, working on what I can. As life goes on, we'll see more fish tanks and more fish videos, and I'll keep putting out informative stuff as I can. But it's just been crazy. Life's always crazy, but I'm in a beautiful place. I have a wonderful relationship. I am very happy where I'm at right now. Life is going to figure itself out, and I'm just taking my time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that filled in on a lot of questions. Once again, I think I'll do a Petco rant video, and we'll see about having more fish later on in the future. And I will see you all next time.